Good morning. I haven't even brushed my teeth yet or washed my face yet or taken a shower yet. There's just so much coming through. And as I sit down and am inspired and I'm painting, I've been painting these stones and rocks for the kids in our neighborhood because they love to find them and hide them, and it just brings such joy to all of us. So it's part of my meditation now. It just brings the vibration up so awesomely. And so as I have my coffee and I'm on conference calls and I'm painting the rocks and I'm having conversations with God and talking to Bernadette, I'm also now connecting to you guys. And this is just a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day to have a beautiful day, you guys. And it's always been intended for us to know that. It's always been intended for us to wake up with excitement. It's always been intended for us to wake up and remember who we are, which is source, which we've never been untapped into. It's always been intended for us to wake up feeling joyous and exciting and ready for the day. It's always been intended for us to get out into the day and explore that and share it. It's always been intended for us to not only be givers, but receivers. And in that abundance that's here, it's always returning to us. But we're not doing it from a place of manipulation. We're doing it from a place of heart because it feels so good. And it feels so good to give because it's what we're intended to do. And in that, we're able to receive because that also opens when the heart opens. And it's always been intended for us to know this. It's always been intended for us to return to this. It's always been intended for us to share this, even though we don't need to share it with anyone for anything because nobody needs to be rescued because we each are individually always source. We've never left that. We've never left God, the universe, whatever you call it. We've never left it. We are not manifesting something out there. We are it. We've always been it. The map has always been right here. We just can't see all the miracles that are dropping at our feet because we're up here in the data. When we get out of the data and we return to the vibration of beauty and knowingness and openness and givingness and heart-centeredness and forgiving ourselves when we slip back into the old patterns and laughing and saying, it's always been intended for me to remember. And it feels uncomfortable when I step back, not to harm me, but to guide me back like the little child that I am that's so lost and I've forgotten. And it's always intended for me to forget, to remember again so that I could open my heart and expand even more. It's always been intended for that. That's what God's always wanted for us. That's what has always been here for us. When we turn away and we go to the data, we miss what's always been here. It's always here. It's always turned on. It's always tappable. It's the heart center that's always exuding and trying to remind us it's the beacon of light that wants to be remembered. And we turn away from it because we forget, and we forget because it's going to guide us back. It's going to take our hand and it's going to bring something uncomfortable and say, come here, sweet one. You've lost your way, but I've always intended to grab you here and bring you back because I love you. I love you so abundantly, and I haven't forgotten that, and neither have you. And it's okay when you do, because I'm going to love you there, and I'm always going to come back, and I'm always going to help open more. And as I open more, you're going to go out and want to give more. Not because you want to manipulate the way energy works, but because you know that it feels good to give and it feels good to receive. And there's such a plethora of it out here. It is an opportunity to always have your hand open to love versus clasped. Look at the pain on my hands. Open to love versus clasped. Open to receiving, open to giving, open to offering, open open. It's always about open. Heart open. Giving, 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 receiving, receiving, receiving. More of that because it feels good. Now I'm able to do it for everyone, not just myself. Now I'm able to advocate for everything, not just the thing that I'm scared of. Now I'm able to be an advocate because I'm coming from a place of heart center versus fear. Now I'm able to go out and take their hand and sit with them and say, you've forgotten and it's okay. I'm here to remind you to remember that you're love. You are love in this body, moving, forgetting that you are love. But you've always been intended to remember. And you're remembering. It's coming in waves. And you forget, and that's okay. That's the dog chasing the tail, and the dog will get tired, and the dog will lay down. But it'll come back to it tomorrow thinking it forgot. And that's okay too, because the love will show right back up, and love will guide us right back to what it wants us to be, what it's always intended us to be. Pure, unconditional love. Remembering who we are. Not caring what the world thinks about any of this. No makeup, in a robe, painting rocks, paint all over my hands. Dolled up, gorgeous, looking beautiful, looking the best you ever have. Tears running down your face, mascara running down your face, crying in the curb of life because you've hit that wall. Whatever it is, it's always going to show back up and offer you a hand. There has to be a sliver of willingness to take this hand, to take it and know that you are adored. You are loved beyond measure. You are held. You are guided. You are appreciated. You are all of this. I see you. I love you. I am you. I've never forgotten that. When I do, I forgive myself and I love myself more. Until next time, I love you guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. I see you. I see you. We're doing another live next week. Come share energy into that, you guys. It's such a loving experience. I can't even get over 10,000 people watched that live. I think we had 60 on the call, and then 10,000 have watched on replay. And that's so beautiful. That is love loving. It's not about the likes. It's not about the replays. It's not about any of that. It's about sharing this love that wants to just exude. It's so palpable. It wants to flee out of this body. It can't be contained. So go out and share it. Be that beacon of love for somebody else today. Give, 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 not because you want to receive. You're not trying to manipulate this energy or God or source. You're trying to be part of the flow of the energy that you've always been. I love you. I love you. I see you. Until next time.